Ooh, it's gonna be a good one tonight. Round number one, The Message versus Black Steel in the Hour of Chaos. That means basically Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five going up against Public Enemy. Let's start out with The Message. Long intro. It's real dramatic.
It's like a jungle sometimes. It makes me wonder how I keep from going under. It's like a jungle sometimes. It makes me wonder how I keep from going under. Broken glass everywhere. People pissing on the stage. You know they just don't care. I can't take the smell. Can't take the noise. Got no money to move out. I guess I got no choice. It's like a jungle sometimes. It makes me wonder how I keep from going under.
A ballad behind bars, or you could say real rock from the rock, an unusual musical happening in a most unusual place. The state prison
I got a letter from the government the other day. I opened and read it. It said they were suckers. They wanted me for their army or whatever. Picture me giving a damn. I said never. Here's a land that never gave a damn about a brother like me and myself, because they never did. I wasn't with it, but just that very minute it occurred to me. The suckers had authority. Cold sweating as I dwell in my cell. How long has it been? They got me sitting in a state pen. I gotta get out, but that thought was thought before. I contemplated a plan on the cell floor. I'm not a fugitive on the run, but a brother like me begun to be another one. Public enemy serving time. They drew the line, y'all. They criticized me for some crime. Nevertheless, they could not understand that I'm a black man and I can never be a veteran. On the strength of situations unreal, I got a raw deal. So I'm looking for the steel.
Hey, yo, Chuck, you serious? You in the justice, man?
Word 'em up. I'm looking for that steel.
Yo, man, we gonna break you out of there, man. We ain't going out like that, man.
Don't you know they got me rotten in the time that I'm serving? Telling you what happened the same time they're throwing. Four of us packed in a cell like slaves. Oh well, the same motherfucker got us living in his hell. You have to realize what is the form of slavery, organized under a swarm of devils. Straight up, word 'em up on the level. The reasons are several, most of them federal. Here's my plan anyway, and I say I got gusto, but only some I can trust. Yo, some do a bit from 1 to 10, but I never did, and plus I never been. I'm on a tier with no tears should ever fall. Cell blocked and locked, I never clock it, y'all. Cause time and time again, time they got me serving to those to them. I'm not a citizen, but ever when I catch a CO, sleeping on the job, my plan is on go ahead. I want the strength, I'ma tell you the deal. I got nothing to lose, cause I'm going for the steel.
Hey, yo, Chuck, we gonna break you out of here, man. Words of strength, G.
I'm going for that steel.
Word up, G. They tryna put black out of the game by keeping you in there, you know what I'm saying? But they can't keep a good man down.
Got it, got me in the cell.
Hey, yo, Chuck, we got the... Yo, hang on, stop me, really.
Got me in the cell.
Hey, yo, Chuck, they can melt, please.
Got me in the cell.
Hey, yo, Chuck,
Don't you know I caught a CO?
That's Long Island, just in case.
All
That's
on the
Long
sleep
Island.
on
That's
that.
Long Island. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Be clear, that's New York.
Oh yeah, now you want to say New York, right?
Oh, now it's New York.
That's Long Island,
Always
the
been
same
New
place that
York.
Queens, the same island that Queens is on. You know what I mean?
Listen.
Holding it down, representing.
Just like Westchester and the Bronx and upstate
Yo,
New York,
Ike,
all
Ike.
New York. Oh,
Ike, you heard-
New York.
Like you heard when he introduced you, he's something like way out there.
He always said that shit. Don't worry about it. It's all good. It's all
Long
good.
Island's so big, it's broken up into two, North and South. Y'all got your own civil wars.
Hey, Jules, that's Albany and the Bronx. It's the same.
I was just saying, like, how
Right,
Long Island
right.
want to be? How Long Island want to be in the conversation? They got Suffolk and Nassau fighting each other. I don't understand.
Right.
We let you Bloods and Crips take care of this on your own time. We're too adults for that.
We're not going to talk about Queens and Brooklyn, right? On Long Island having their own.
We
You know
better-
what?
We
I
better
digress.
not.
I digress.
We better not, unless you want to talk about it in the comments. Make sure you leave it here 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every Monday night live here on Twitch, East Beats Around. Listen, we just played 2 bangers that have to do with best storytelling rap songs of all time. And it's crazy because both songs are by groups, right? Both songs are by songs that came out in the 80s. The Message was what, 82? And
82.
and Black
88,
Steel and Our Chaos was 89.
88, 88, yeah.
And what we're talking about here is storytelling. And it's interesting because it's not your average storytelling, right? The kind of perception of like this, I'm telling you storytelling about what's my environment. You know what I'm saying? It's not like no takeaway from Slick Rick or anything like that, but like a children's story where it's like, this is a story about Dave, the crack fiend smoking. It's like, okay, it's like all these little things, but this one's more like, nah, I got a letter from the governor. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, and then you got, broken glass everywhere, the iconic opening line, right? To hip hop, right? To like the mass. It's like, oh shit. I mean, you see movies where there's white people dancing to this shit, they're just, the Message. And it's like this was the one rap record, before, sort of Sugar Hill Gang, was dropping Rapper's Delight. Was which came first, by the way? Rapper's Delight.
Delight came out in 79.
But this is what you're referencing, Jules. That the Message is a very huge, iconic crossover record.
Oh, yeah. It was that crossover at the time, 100%. Yeah. This was one of the few rap records that was getting that noise and that attention, and it wasn't a lot of attention at the time. I mean, compared to what comparison to what a record gets today. But the one indie rap record, the black record of the time, it was kind of like, oh, this is interesting. They're talking about the Bronx and how dirty it is. Pay attention, and people did. And then
very real song, man.
Yeah, real. And then the evolution of the next version of it, which is again more of a slap you in your face for even trying to get me to participate in your white activities. You know what I'm saying? I got a letter. Picture me. Picture me. Picture it. You know what I'm saying?
Locked
You
up.
got me in prison. Now you want me to fight for you?
Picture me giving a damn. I said never.
Yeah, man.
It's a beautiful thing. Like I said, the evolution of both these records and what they represent. Because again, it's not your average storytelling kind of record. So again, DJ Hobo already put it in the chat booth. In the chat room. Make sure you leave your vote in the voting booth. We're gonna figure out what's going on in this room as well. Let's start with my man Malcontent. Malcontent, between the Message of Black Steel and the Hour of Chaos, who do you got?
Yeah, man. I mean, absolute classics. This is a tough one, but for me, for the specific, theme of what we're doing, I'm going with Black Steel. And the reason why I'm gonna give you a quick reason is because like Chuck is actually telling like a linear story about him and his situation while he's in prison and what happens next and what happens next and what happens next. Now, I love what what Melly Mel did, what they did, with the Message, because that kind of like brought you like into the complete, whole atmosphere of like, South Park, whatever, whatever portion of like, the Bronx, whatever, for other, like you said, the white folks that heard it's like, oh my God, it painted like a picture of everything. But it's more like showing like everything. It's not really a linear story. So for me, storytelling, hip hop, this is like, Black Steel is the one.
That's the one. First vote in, Black Steel in the Hour of Chaos. Malcontent putting his vote down. Let's obviously go to Long Island for the next representation of voting in the room. Ike Infamous in the building. Again, Public Enemy versus Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five. 2 legendary groups. Who do you got?
2 legendary groups, 2 legendary songs, legendary lyrics, and I think I have to give a note to both the production on both of these records. I'm going to keep it LI and go with Public Enemy on my vote, but I can't imagine what that must have been like when they finished the Message and you actually left in 82, with that drum that like somebody had referenced it in the chat where songs were like 6 or 7 minutes long because you had to enjoy what you were able to create because you didn't have too many times or too many opportunities to do it. So to have an intro to the Message like that is so fire, but and both records are so iconic, but I got to represent LI on this one, of course, because just the intro and just the message that comes across with Black Steel it'll always forever be. So
got you, DJ Scandalous.
Man,
same question as well. A quick question to the producers in the room too.
Sure.
I'm talking to you as well. We know obviously who did Public Enemy's production. It was in house. It's what we're talking about. Hank Shockley and Keith Shock. Who do we know who produced the Message?
I'm not sure. I want to speculate, but I'm not sure. Sure.
I don't know offhand. And for as many times as you heard different renditions or people reference to it, you would think that the name or it would be like a common name like that.
I mean,
but I don't know.
Was it Flash? I mean, was he produced?
I want to say it was somebody. I could be totally wrong. I want to say
Jazzy J,
Larry somebody.
Larry Smith.
The interwebs says Edward G. Fletcher and Sylvia Robinson.
Okay, interesting.
Okay.
So-
No,
Sylvia
no,
Robinson,
we know who
my bad.
stole. We know who stole publishing, but who made the
Hey, no,
beat?
hold on, bro. But Sylvia
but-
Robinson, right?
But
He
that's
stole the publishing. That means it's the other guy who made the beat.
but think about that. Like we can laugh and joke about it now because it's 2025. But when you think about the environment they're coming from, and I just saw something on Instagram talking about look where these areas of the Bronx now as compared to that time when we're talking about the message. I don't think they were thinking that this record was going to be as iconic as it is. Like
So
they
I'm
knew
glad
it was
you
going to
said
hit.
that, I'm glad you said that because that's kind of where part of what I was gonna say is kind of what you just hit on right now. Like the reason why the message even came out in the first place because it described the Bronx during the late 70s, especially after they built the Cross Bronx Expressway earlier before that. So this record, both of these records actually are socially aware records or social records really describing the conditions. Like the difference between these records, right, versus like a lot of hip hop now, or even hip hop of like, let's say, even some of the mid 90s, like this was we made it up in the studio. We heard about somebody talking about it. This was actually, we're gonna go outside and see the Bronx is on fire right now.
This is literally where we're coming from, and that's why even doing the video for the message was so important to get back into the Bronx and to show like this is where we're coming from. So like it's crazy because I almost want to say that the message has such a bigger iconic because it was a larger crossover record than the Black Steel. But I think just personally myself, the Black Steel, my heart sits. You know what I'm saying? As much as I love the message.
And I would say, I'm gonna answer right now, Jules. The message too, I think was one of the first records too that kind of gave you that glimpse into what was happening in the urban areas of New York at the time. Now, with that being said, I think me personally, my vote is for Public Enemy, but I think the Public Enemy record is the response to the message. After so much has happened from that time period of the message going into 88, 89, it's like, well, look at what happened back then. And I got left for the government saying, come like, nah, I ain't rocking with you because look at what happened earlier. I could never be down with that. Not only from the 82, but just the overall history. If you really deep dive into the history of America and these areas, you can really appreciate, if you know American history, in particular for African Americans, you can really appreciate what Chuck is saying just a little bit more.
Oh yeah.
So for me, I'm gonna go with Public Enemy based off of that because it's a response from me to the message, and it drives the message. It drives the message even more, in my opinion.
Makes sense. Makes total sense. Okay. Again, we have 3 votes in at the moment for Public Enemy with Black Steel and the Hour of Chaos. Let's talk to my man DJ Hobo. Hobo, what are you thinking about between these 2 great records?
First, I want to shout out the homie DJ B Sharp. Shout out to you.
B Sharp in the building.
I'm gonna go with the message, man, because for me, not having grown up in an urban environment, growing up in a rural environment, to see that picture and to see that video and to see that the depiction of what the Bronx was, which and I think Bree said it in the chat, it looked like a bomb went off in the Bronx. Like it was crazy, man. And then to have them put words to that, I got to go with that, man. I got to go.
The message definitely stands and takes it holds a chapter in hip hop, metaphorical books.
These records are still relevant to this day.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I don't know if Black Hour of Chaos gets its own chapter though, because I feel like you could have a chapter dedicated to the message. Like the title itself.
I don't know. I think you could have a chapter to Black Hour.
I think it's thrown.
You can.
It's not that it's not as important. It's just that the message was just like one of the first.
Yeah,
like,
that's what I was just about to say.
Not that it's just another, because that's not what I mean, but it's like it doesn't have a first sort of significance to it. Like the message is like a first.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm glad you picked it, Hobo. Like I said, because we were looking at 3 votes at one point in time right now with Public Enemy in the lead. We'll see what the rest of the room is thinking. But again, the message, it gets like in most hip hop books, it's coming up.
Of course.
I mean, it
coming
has
up.
to. It has to, right? It
It's
has
coming
to.
up. I'm not even talking about it should.
Yeah.
Most
I
hip
think
hop
it
books you read
absolutely
today,
has to.
if they're gonna talk about the history of Kool Herc and this and that, they're gonna talk about Rappers Delight.
Mm-hmm.
Talk
And the
about the
message. Yeah.
It just is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Triple C from executive producer Triple C. Let me do it again. Triple C from the executive producer Triple Side of Queen's side of things. Sir, between these two records, who are you choosing?
I'm going with Public Enema.
Heights,
But
Witherspoon.
as like Scan was saying, I feel like both songs like same coin, two different sides, and the story still remains the same.
That's true.
Yeah, man. The Public Enemy record, man. Like again, knowing what Chuck is saying, like I said, that's why I kind of say you have to go into the history a little bit, because if you even understand like the Vietnam War and these different things, like that's what that's tapping into. It's tapping into a little bit more. That's why I kind of like give the Black Steel a different look. That's why I said it's more of a response to the message.
I mean, we see what the math is like right now, but I just want to point out real quick. And matter of fact, if we can get B Sharp's opinion, because I see him standing up for the message a little bit. Does that mean you're picking the message? Because again, I feel like kind of, I'm still going to get some more votes at this point. But like I said, the math is already math, and it looks like we know who the winner of this round is going to be. I just want to make sure the message got a little bit of sort of flowers while we're here. But yeah, let me know what you're thinking about B Sharp. Like I said, I'm just curious to know what you're thinking between these two records. So we have currently 4 votes in the room for Black Steel, 1 for the message, and I believe Cool Breeze, you are last, and least, but not least, excuse me. Who do you got between the message and Black Steel?
Man, this was a tough one, and especially when everybody started giving their input and breaking everything down. But like I said, slight edge. I'm gonna go with Public Enemy on this one.
Public Enemy getting that last vote. And paying attention, round number 1, we were talking about best storytelling rap songs of all time. We drew the raffle to decide what the rounds are going to be. The Message by the Grandmaster Flash and the Furious 5 going up against Public Enemy's Black Steel in the Hour of Chaos. Black Steel in the Hour of Chaos taking the win by a large margin, meaning that it's moving on to the next round. Let's keep it pushing.
The production on both of those records are top notch, though. Top